Sagrajatam sagunaragunatam vitam tam sajivam sadvaitam sabadutam. Is this on? Sadvaitam sabadutam parijana saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shirana Krishna Paran Sagana Lalita Shivishikam Vitam Sya Om Jnana Timarandasya Gyananshana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gorva Bhishtam Supurkam Gurganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govinda Bidam Ujwalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Vande Vishwaguruncha Divyad Bhagavat Premno Ebija Pradam Devam Divyatanam Suchandavananam Balaka Chelanshidam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyambudim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Varam Manditam Shivaram Mareka Sharanam Nyashishwara Sridharam Vanshakopatarubyas Chakripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavenibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabaranyaya Krishna Prema Pranayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So when you started it, you saw that it flipped over.
You want to start again? Because you set it up originally. All I have to do is press the blue button.
Oh, then it was Hridaya Govinda who set it up. Hridaya Govinda? You set up the phone?
Yes.
So it's facing the right way, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Prabhupada. This is Madhya-lila, chapter 23, life's ultimate goal. So that's that's prema-prayojana. So the goal is love of Godhead. Text number 45. Adhikari Vedirati Pancha Parakar Shantadasha Sakya Vatsaya Madhura Ar. According to the candidate possessing the transcendental qualifications, Sneho, Mana, and so on, there are 5 transcendental mellows: neutrality, servitorship, friendship, parental love, and conjugal love. That's the 5 principal rasas: Shanta ras, Dasha ras, Sakya ras, Vatsalya ras, and Madhura ras. Neutrality, servitorship, friendship, parental love, and conjugal love. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rati attraction is thus described. Vyaktam Mashrini Te Vantar Lakshate Rati Lakshanam Mumukshu Prabhritan Mumukshu Prabhritinam Chedbhaved Eshar Ratir Nahi Kintu Bala Chamatkara Kare Tatchina Vikshaya Abhigeya Suvoyam Abhigenya Shubhoyam Ratriyavasha Prakirtita. The real symptoms of the fructification of the seed of love, Rati, are manifested because the heart is melted. When such symptoms are found among speculators and fruitive actors, they cannot be accepted as real symptoms of attachment. Foolish people without knowledge of devotional service praise such symptoms of attachment even when they are based on something other than a desire to serve Krishna. However, one who is expert in devotional service calls such symptoms Rati Abhas, a mere glimpse of attachment. So, can you close the door? Thank you. So we see those symptoms of attachment which are shown, and the innocent public is beguiled by that. Especially there are many professional singers and professional kirtan people. And they may show these kind of symptoms, but they don't actually engage themselves under proper guidance in the service of Krishna. E panchastai baba hoy pancharas, jerase bhakta suke Krishna hoy bas. These 5 transcendental mellows, or the 5 rasas, exist permanently. The devotee may be attracted to one of these mellows, and thus he becomes happy. Krishna also becomes inclined towards such a devotee and comes under his control, or in case of his or her control, because obviously when we get to the level of Madhurya Ras, it's the gopis who are engaged principally in those activities with Krishna. Premadika stai bhavas, premadika stai bhava samagri milane Krishna bhakti rasa rupe bhai pariname. When the permanent ecstasies, neutrality, servitorship, and so on are mixed with other ingredients, devotional service in love of Godhead is transformed and becomes composed of transcendental mellows. So the word mellows is used for rasas, so that what we're understanding is that there are 5 principal rasas, and then there are transitory rasas, or transitory, you would say, like tastes that come to enrich those 5 rasas. Vibhava anubhava sattvika vyabhichari sthaibhava rasa hoy echari mili. Permanent ecstasy becomes a more and more tasteful transcendental mellow through the mixture of special ecstasy, subordinate ecstasy, natural ecstasy, and transitory ecstasy. So, as I've said, these different temporary rasas, or temporary, as Srila Prabhupada says, mellows, come to add taste and color in different varieties, the principal rasas. Darijena khanda maricha karpura milane rasalakya rasahoy apurva asvarane. Yogurt mixed with sugar candy, black pepper, and camphor is very palatable and tasty. Similarly, when permanent ecstasy mixes with other ecstatic symptoms, it becomes unprecedentedly tasty. So these other transitory rasas, they come to add some, make the rasa more tasty, as it says here. Vibhava alambana udipan vamshi swaradi udipan krishnadi alamban. There are 2 kinds of particular ecstasies, vibhava. One is called the support and the other is called the awakening. The vibration of Krishna's flute is an example of the awakening, and Lord Krishna himself is an example of the support. Anubhava smita nritya gitari udbhava svar. Anubhava smita nritya gitari udbhava svar stambari sattvika anubhavara vitar. The subordinate ecstasies are smiling, dancing, and singing, as well as different manifestations in the body. The natural ecstasies, such as being stunned, are considered among the subordinate ecstasies, anubhava. Nirveda harshari tetrisha vyabhichari sabmili rasahoy chamatkarakori. There are other ingredients beginning with complete despondency and jubilation. Altogether, there are 33 varieties, and when these combine, the mellows become more wonderful. When they, these different forms of subordinate ecstasies combine with the principal ecstasy, or the principal rasa, then everything becomes more beautiful. Pancha vida rasa shanta dasya sakya vatsaya Madhura Nama, Shringara Ras, Sabhate Prabhaya. There are 5 transcendental mellows: neutrality, servitorship, friendship, parental affection, and conjugal love, which is also known as the mellow of sweetness. Conjugal love excels all the others. So here it's mentioned that there are the names of the rasa: Shanta, Dasha, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhura Ras, which is the loving relationship with Krishna as in conjugal love. It's called Madhura Ras, or also called Shringara Ras. Shanta Rase, Shanti Rati, Prema Paryandahoy, Dasharati, Raga Parjanda, Kramite Badai. The position of neutrality increases up to the point where one can appreciate love of Godhead. So that's the quality of Shantaras, love of Godhead. The mellow of servitorship gradually increases to the point of spontaneous love of Godhead, which is Ragmarg. Servitorship goes up to that level of Ragmarg. Sakya Vatsalya Urati Pai Anuraga Sima Shubha Ladyer Bhava Parjanta Primera Mahima. After the mellow of servitorship, there are the mellows of friendship and parental love. After Dasharas, there is Sakyaras and parental love, which increase to subordinate spontaneous love. The greatness of the love found in friends like Subal extends to the standard of ecstatic love of Godhead. So, up to Anuraga is what is being described here as subordinate spontaneous love. So, as I said, these are the terms for explaining rasas. And what also this means is that Sakya Ras has 2 varieties. Sakya Ras can be shown as friendship for Krishna and with respect, and then friendship with Krishna and spontaneous sense of friendship where the devotee it will be without that formality and respect. And I read once where Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur described it, that if I will be a friend of Krishna, I will be the kind of friend who will taste something first to see if it's suitable for offering to Krishna. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that the mellow of neutrality increases to simple love of Godhead. In the mellow of servitorship, love of Godhead increases beyond that to affection, counter love, anger based on love, love and attachment. Similarly, the mellow of friendship increases to affection, counter love, love, attachment, and sub-attachment. It is the same with the mellow of parental affection. The special feature of the mellow of friendship exhibited by personalities like Subal is that it increases from fraternal affection to counter love, to spontaneous attachment, to subordinate attachment, and finally to the ecstasy, where all the ecstatic symptoms continuously exist. Santari Rasar Joga, Biyoga Duibed, Sakya Vatsalya, Jogadira, Aneka Vibed. There are 2 divisions of each of the 5 mellows: yoga, connection, and biyoga, separation. Among the mellows of friendship and parental affection, there are many divisions of connection and separation. Being with Krishna, connection, and separation. Feelings of separation from Krishna. Radha Adi Ruda Bhava Kevala Madhure Mahishi Ganera Radha Adiruda Gopika Nikare. Only in the conjugal mellow are there 2 ecstatic symptoms called Ruda advanced and Adiruda highly advanced. The advanced ecstasies are found among the queens of Dwarka, and the highly advanced ecstasies are found among the gopis. So, what this means is also that in the case of the queens, that is Swakiya Ras. And with the gopis is Parakiya Ras. So Swakiya Ras means that those in conjugal love, like the queens, they're married to Krishna. But in Vrindavan, the gopis, they're not married to Krishna. So there's a sense of going beyond everything, even social mores and restrictions of, in other words, restrictions of society and household duties and everything, giving all those up to be with Krishna. So that's it. Then it is said here that the two ecstatic symptoms are Ruda advanced for the queens of Dwarka, and Adiruda highly advanced, in referring to the gopis. They are the highest, we can say highest examples of love of Godhead in Madhura Ras. Adiruda Mahabhava Duita Prakar Sambhoge Madana Virahe Mohana Namatar. Highly advanced ecstasy is divided into two categories, Madan and Mohan. Meeting together is called Madana, and separation is called Mohana.
This is a teachings to Sanatan Goswami?
Yes.
And the temple he founded in
is Madan and Mohan. Okay. Highly advanced ecstasy is divided into two categories, Madan and Mohan. Meeting together is called Madan, and separation is called Mohan. Madane Chumbhanadi Hoyananta Bibed Udgorna Chitra Japa Mohane Duibed. Yeah, that's a nice point. On the Madana platform, there are kissing and many other symptoms which are unlimited. In the Mohana stage, there are two divisions, Udgorna, unsteadiness, and Chitra Jalpa, varieties of mad emotional talks. So to me, this is interesting because we can say the word is sometimes used on a mundane level, like in the Upadeshamrita, the instructions, nectar of instruction. There's a verse that says, let's see, trying to remember that, to collect more than necessary, to atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha jana sangha chaloyam jana sangam chaloyam cha shadbir bhakti vinashati atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha jana sangas chaloyam cha Shadbir Bhakti Vinashati. These things destroy or are detrimental to devotional service. So it says, Adyahara, to collect more than necessary, to work so hard to collect something that's not really essential, collect more than necessary. Like Prabhupada gives the example. Try to see this example. Krishnadaya. Try to see this example. Prabhupada says, if you put a sack of grains out, birds will come and take from the sack of grains, but a human will come and take the whole sack. You know, the idea is that we are working hard to collect more than we really need to live. We concern ourselves with externas. So that's atyahara. Prayasas. Prayasas means too much endeavor for something mundane. The first is to collect more than necessary. Second is related, you could say, too much endeavor for something mundane. Not really essential to one's life, but something one desires. Atyahara prayasas, too much endeavor for something mundane. Atyahara prayasas cha prajalpo. Prajalpo means just talking nonsense, gossip, you know. And we do that all the time, but the newspapers are full of this. This is everything. Just prajalpo. is mundane talks or gossiping, especially gossiping. Prajalpo niyamagraha. Niyamagraha. Now this is a word that can be divided in two ways. Niyamagraha, about the rules and regulations, or just, being too much, one is being too much concerned for the rules and regulations without understanding what they're all about, why they are existing. So that means, like, we know how to cross all the T's and dot all the I's, but we're not understanding what the meaning is. What is the essence? In other words, we're missing the forest because of the trees. We only see the trees. We don't understand that the trees are part of the forest. So we're missing the essential meaning, but we're caught up with all the details of following everything so wonderfully, so precisely. So that's that's one meaning of niyamagraha. That means not paying, one meaning is to pay too much attention to the rules and regulations without understanding why they exist or what their meaning is. And the other is just ignoring the rules and regulations completely, not caring about them, not caring about any guidance in life. So both things are negative, and the word can be divided in two ways. Prayasas cha prajalpo niyamagra jana sangha. Jana sangha means to associate, bad company, to associate people who are not good for your life. Bad association. Jana sangha means associating with mundane people all the time. We find that. We have some job, we're going to work. The people we associate with, their lives has very little meaning. They're just interested in maybe some intoxication, some endeavor to meet with men or ladies and enjoy with that, and that's all they care about. And they work hard for that, or they work hard, for similar things, but in maybe a family relationship. That's jana sangha, but particularly it means a bad association, jana sangha, with people that don't elevate us. Jana sangha. Chaloyam cha. Chaloyam cha. Loyam in this case just means greed, being greedy. Shadbir bhakti vinashati. All these things destroy devotion. But what I said is, here it says, on the stage of advanced, on the stage of the Mohan stage of highly advanced devotion, uses the same word, which is, here it says, Chitra Jopa, which is like Prajalpa, sometimes said to be like Prajalpa. Apparently, but it's a very high thing. It has a very low meaning to just talk nonsense. But this Chitra Japa means to talk, like Radharani is talking sometimes in separation from Krishna like a mad woman. She's just talking what appears to be gibberish. But it's not. It has some meaning, but it means mad talk. So, Chitra Jalpa Dasha Anga here's the word. Prajalpa. Here it is. Chitra Jalpa Dasha Anga Prajalpadinam Ramara Gitara Dasha Shloka Tahate Praman. So Rupa Goswami says Prajalpa is a bad thing, but here it's saying about Radharani that her mad talks are called prajalpa. So it's different thing. One is talking nonsense, and the other is this devotional talking, which is like madness, where she's so in such separation from Krishna, she's talking this prajalpa like a mad woman. So, but that's a divine thing. Chitrajalpa dasha anga prajalparinam brahmara gita radasha shloka dahate praman. Mad emotional talks include 10 divisions called Prajalpa and other names. An example of this is the 10 verses spoken by Srimati Radharani called the Song to the Bumblebee, and that's called Brahmara Gita. Brahmara is a bumblebee, Gita, Song to the Bumblebee. What? Yeah, I'm going to. Just give me a chance, please. Mad emotional talks include 10 divisions called prajalpa and other names. An example is the 10 verses spoken by Srimati Radharani called the Song to the Bumblebee. Imaginative mad talks known as Chitrajalpa can be divided into 10 categories: Prajalpa, Parijalpa, Vijalpa, Ujalpa, Sanjalpa, Abajalpa, Abhijalpa, Ajalpa, Pratijalpa, and Sujalpa. There are no English equivalents for these different features of jalpa, imaginative talk. So those are just names, but just as it says they can't be translated. There are no English equivalents. But in the Brahma or Gita, what is happening is Krishna has already left Vrindavan and he's gone to Mathura and then to Dwarka. And he doesn't return to Vrindavan, but he sends his friend Uddhava he sends his friend Uddhava to console the gopis. And Uddhava comes and he brings a message to the gopis and Radharani. But Radharani, in her madness, she begins talking to a bumblebee, and she is talking to that bumblebee in a way as if she's saying something to Uddhava, the messenger of Krishna. So she calls the bumblebee, she starts by calling the bumblebee the unreliable messenger or the unreliable servant of an unreliable master. The unreliable master is Krishna, and the unreliable messenger or servant is Uddhava. Because she's angry with Krishna, and she's expressing this in a way to Uddhava, but not directly. Instead, she's talking to a bumblebee. But Uddhava's hearing, and she calls him an unreliable servant of an unreliable master, and then she talks in different ways to the bumblebee, and then the bumblebee goes off. And then she's thinking, oh, I've said something that may anger Krishna, so this is, then she becomes worried. Then the bumblebee comes back, and then she says, oh, but Krishna's very good, and she starts praising Krishna. She doesn't want the bumblebee to say so. Then she says, and Krishna's very good. Of course, he's broken our hearts. Oh, but still, Krishna's a very wonderful. So he goes through all these emotions, talking to the bumblebee. So this is and here, that's Brahma or Gita. That's a very high thing. We may joke about it, but we cannot even appreciate how beautiful what she's saying is on such a divine level that is, we can say, inaccessible to our understanding. Just like it says previously that there are 10 different divisions of mad emotional talks, and there's no English proper translation for these 10 different names. Udgorna Vivasha Chesta Divyonmaranam Viraha Krishna Sfurti Abanake Krishna Gyan. And these names, they can say they don't have any English equivalent. But even if someone spoke and understood Sanskrit, it doesn't necessarily mean they could understand what those 10 divisions are. This is because this is talks for very elevated spiritual substances or qualities, and they'll only be understood really by very advanced devotees who are of that caliber that they can understand. Udgorna Vivasha Chesta Divyon Maranam Virahe Krishna Sfurti Apanake Krishna Gyan. Udgorna, unsteadiness, and Vivasha Chesta, boastful activities, are aspects of transcendental madness. In separation from Krishna, one experiences the manifestation of Krishna, and one thinks oneself to be Krishna. Now the gopis, sometimes they're, in their madness, they're even saying, they're saying like they are Krishna. And they'll say, you, like they'll be like they're talking to the Kaliya snake. You disturbing snake, I will now chastise you. And the gopi is speaking like that. And then the gopi says, see how I'm holding the Govardhan heel. And so, in separation from Krishna, one experiences the manifestation of Krishna. And one thinks oneself to be Krishna. Sambhoga vipralamba bede dvivida shringar sambhogara ananta anga nahi antatar. In conjugal love, shringara, there are two departments, meeting and separation. On the platform of meeting, there are unlimited varieties that are beyond description. So many ways of meeting. Vipralamba chatur vida purva ragman pravashakya ara prema vaichitya akyan. Vipralamba has four divisions: purva rag, mana, pravas, and prema vaichitya. Okay. Radhikadye Purvarag Prasida Pravasmane Prema Vaichitra Sri Dashame Mahishigane. Of the four kinds of separation, three, Purvarag, Pravas, and Mana, are celebrated in Srimati Radharani and the Gopis. In Dwarka, among the queens, feelings of Prema Vaichitya are very prominent. Kurari, okay. Now I could read, but something, but it's very, very elevated subjects. Purva Rag, like based on previous attachment to Krishna, and then Mana, Pravasa, Pravas. See, maybe there's. I'll read this without the Sanskrit verses. Purva Raga is described in the Ujjvala Nilamani. When attachment produced in the lover and beloved before their meeting by seeing, hearing, and so on becomes very palatable by the mixture of four ingredients such as Vibhav and Anubhav, this is called Purva Raga. Mana is a word used to indicate the mood of the lover and the beloved experienced when they are in one place or in different places. The mood obstructs their looking at each other and embracing each other, despite the fact that they are attached to each other. So it can be sometimes maybe like jealousy, mana. Pravas is a word used to indicate the separation of lovers who were previously intimately associated. This separation is due to their being in different places. And prema vaichitya is a word used to indicate an abundance of love that brings about grief from fear of separation, although the lover is present. So an example that says among the queens of Dwarka. So for instance, in one case, Krishna's talking with memory is failing. Rukmini, Krishna speaking with Rukmini. It's one of the principal queen in Dwarka. So an example of prema vaichitya is, here it says, prema vaichitya is a word used to indicate an abundance of love that brings about grief from fear of separation, although the lover is present. So Krishna is speaking with Rukmini, she's with him, and he says to Rukmini, you should have married Shishupal. Now obviously Shishupal's a demon, and she didn't want anything to do with Shishupal. She asked Krishna to kidnap her. When Krishna speaks, oh, you would have been better off marrying Shishupal. He says that to Rukmini. And she faints when he says, when he's implying that Rukmini, you know, she's done worse by marrying, when Krishna tells her, you've done worse by marrying me than marrying Rukmini. Now, you know, Rukmini wanted nothing to do with Shishupal, and she wrote a letter to Krishna to kidnap her. But when Krishna's joking with her, oh, you know, I'm not a very stable husband. You would have been better off with Shishupal. Then she is thinking there will be some separation from Krishna, even though he's there. But he's joking with her that, oh, you know, I'm not suitable for you, and she faints. Says she falls like a banana tree that's been cut down. So that's prema-prayojana. That is a word used to indicate an absence of love that brings about grief from fear of separation. Of the four kinds of separation, purva-rag, which is based, purva-rag means based on previous association. Pravas, we just read what pravas means. Pravas. Pravas is a word used to indicate the separation of lovers who were previously intimately associated. This separation is due to their being in different places. So that's, you know, a feeling produced by being in different places of two lovers. And mana is a word to indicate the mood of the lover and the beloved experience, whether they are in one place or in different places. This mood obstructs their looking at each other and embracing each other, despite the fact that they are attached to each other. So mana sometimes can be like jealousy. And then prema-prayojana is a word used to indicate an abundance of love that brings about grief from separation, fear of separation, although the lover is present. I just explained that. And it says, of the four kinds of separation, purva-rag, pravas, and monarch celebrated in Srimati Radharani and the gopis. So previous attachment, feelings of separation by being in different places, mana, like that obstructs them even when they're in close association. That's like jealousy. They're all found in Srimati Radharani and the gopis. In Dwarka, among the queens, feelings of prema-prayojana are very prominent. That's always feeling the fear of separation, although they're married to Krishna. The gopis and Radharani are not married to Krishna, but on the platform of, we can say, Bharakiya Ras, these things occur. Purva Ras, Pravas, and Mana. So these are very not easily understood terms. I certainly can't understand them, but these are terms from very high forms of rasa and Madhura Ras, and Mahaprabhu is explaining this to Sanatan Goswami. And Sanatan Goswami, these topics will become known to him, and he will then write about. Now, what Sanatan is principally writing about is we're writing principally about sambandha. Sambandha means the relationship with Krishna. He's written literatures like Brihad Bhagavatamrita, which shows different relationships about what kind of worship is on the platform of Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, etc. And it shows, but before that, it also shows those are on the platform of a loving relationship with Krishna. But he shows even before that what is karma, Karma Mishra Bhakti, what is Jnana Mishra Bhakti, by showing that on going through elevation through different planets, showing different personalities, how they're engaged in formal worship and how they're engaged in worship, or some bhakti that's mixed with karma, bhakti that's mixed with knowledge. Rupa Goswami says, Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadyanavritam anukuyena krishna nushilanam bhakti rutamahi. Rupa Goswami says that pure devotion, which is pleasing to Krishna, there is no trace of karma or jnana there. But in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Sanatan Goswami is showing what are the different levels of devotion. And now what we're hearing about, what we heard in the previous chapter, which is, that's Sambandha. Then Abhideya means how to work within that relationship. Sambandha means Jiva Swarupoi Krishna Nityadas. Everyone's the eternal servant of Krishna. We're all the eternal servant of Krishna. So how, as servants of Krishna, what are the different ways we can serve Krishna? That is called Abhideya. Abhideya means devotional service. And now in this chapter we're hearing about prema-prayojana, or prayojana means life's ultimate goal, love of Godhead. Now these are being explained to Sanatan Goswami, and he can speak something about this, but the process of devotional service and the goal of life, these elevated things that we're hearing from Ujjvala and Nilamani, which is very advanced subjects about Madhura Ras, Krishna and the Gopis, etc. All these things are written about by Rupa Goswami in his literature. Sanatan Goswami is giving books like Hari Bhakti Vilas, how the different rules and regulations that devotees should follow, who they should associate, who they shouldn't associate with, what they should do in the temple, all these things, Hari Bhakti Vilas. But there's of course more than that, I'm oversimplifying it. And then also, as I said, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, about understanding the different stages. And as I said, Sambandha is important to know one's relationship with Krishna, because Srila Sridhar Maharaj said, just like, or Govinda Maharaj actually, if you get into a taxi, or in your case, an Uber, if you get into an Uber or a taxi, you have to give the proper address. Otherwise, you'll never get to your destination. You have to know where you're going. So we have to understand these. As Srila Sridhar Maharaj said, we're chanting Hare Krishna and Hare Rama, but some people think Rama means Lord Ramachandra. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj said, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He says that Rama has nothing to do with Lord Ramachandra. It may for some people, because they have a different address of where they're going. But for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, it means Radha Raman, who's giving pleasure to Srimati Radharani, Krishna. So the whole Maha Mantra is only about Krishna. It's not about Ramachandra. But that will be understood by the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Other people will give, no, it's Ramachandra. So they have a different address. They're going to a different place. They get into a taxi, they're giving a different address. The Gaudiya Vaishnavas are giving particular address that is only aimed at the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. So that's Sambandha. You have to give the proper address. You have to know where you're going. And one time I heard, one time I was on a train with Srila Prabhupada, and somebody said, I believe we're all in the same train. We're all going in the same direction. And Srila Prabhupada said, all right, but do you know what is the destination? Speaking philosophically. And that person said, no. And then Srila Prabhupada said, then what is the good of being on the same train if you don't know what the destination is? So we have to know what the destination is. That's Sambandha. We're interested in serving Radha and Krishna. That's the destination. Then abhideya, the process of devotional service, prayojana, that's being explained here. Prayojana is being explained. Life's ultimate goal, love of God. Mahaprabhu is explaining that to Sanatan Goswami, but it's principally his younger brother, Rupa Goswami, who will explain about devotional service and the goal, prema-prayojana, goal of love of Godhead. And all these things, these very high topics of different aspects of purva rag and pravas and mani and mana and prema vaichitya. These are terms, actually, we're hearing quotes from Ujjvala Nilamani, which is written by Srila Rupa Goswami, the brother of Sanatan Goswami. But it, this is Krishnadas Kaviraj writing in this way. Kurari vilapasitvam vita nidrana seshe sapiti jagati ratriyam Ishvaro Gupta Bodha Vayam Ivasaki Kachit Gara Nirvida Cheta Nalina Nayana Hasodara Lilekshitena. My dear friend Kurari, it is now night and Sri Krishna is sleeping. You yourself are not asleep or resting, but are lamenting. Should I presume that you, like us, are affected by the smiling, liberal, playful glances of lotus-eyed Krishna? If your heart is deeply pierced, if so, your heart is deeply pierced. Is that why you are showing these signs of sleepless lamentation? Now, Kurari is a female, it says female osprey. Can you say what is an osprey?
It's a seabird.
Okay, a seabird. So here, this verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken by Lord Krishna's queens. Although they were with Krishna, they were still thinking of losing his company. And they're talking, they can't sleep at night. They're so, my dear friend Kurari, this bird, it is now night and Lord Shri Krishna is sleeping. You yourself are not asleep or resting, but are lamenting. Should I presume that you, like us, are affected by the smiling, liberal, playful glances of lotus-eyed Krishna? If so, your heart is deeply pierced. Is that why you are showing these signs of sleepless lamentation? So they're obviously awake because they're talking to the Kurari. They're just speaking to him, as if, her rather, as if that same bird is having the same sleeplessness they are. And this is spoken by the queens of Dwarka. Although they were with Krishna, they were they were worried about losing his association. So that's an example of prema vaichitya, where it says prema vaichitya is a word to indicate an absence of love that brings about grief from fear of separation, although the lover is present. When it says here also in the previous verse, in Dwarka among the queens, feelings of prema vaichitya are very prominent. They're actually married to Krishna, but they're feeling that sense of separation. That's one of their principal things, and that's fakir ras. They're actually married and living with Krishna. But the gopis, who are feeling these other qualities of purva rag and pravas and mana, those feelings of their intimate dealings, that's called parakiya ras. They're not married with Krishna. And as a matter of fact, many of the gopis, they have husbands, but they don't have any children or anything like that. They just have husbands, but they're meeting with Krishna. They're not married with Krishna. They have their husbands. So, Brajendranandana Krishna Naika Shiromani Naikara Shiromani Radha Thakurani. Sri Krishna, who appeared as the son of Nanda Maharaj, is the supreme hero in all dealings. Similarly, Srimati Radharani is the topmost heroine in all dealings. Nayakanam Shiroratnam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Yatra Nityataya Sarve Virajante Mahaguna. Krishna is the Supreme Lord himself, and he is the crown jewel of all heroes. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, and he is the crown jewel of all heroes. In Krishna, all transcendental good qualities are permanently situated. Devi Krishnamayi Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mayi Sarva Kanti Samohini Para. The transcendental goddess Srimati Radharani is the direct counterpart of Lord Shri Krishna. She is the central figure for all the goddesses of fortune. She possesses all the attraction to attract the all-attractive personality of God. She is the primeval internal potency of the Lord. Eternal potency of the Lord means Ladini Shakti, the pleasure-giving potency of the Lord. And she is that person. This is Ladini Shakti. Brihad. This verse is found in the Brihad Gautamiya Tantra. So now I'm going to stop here, but I want to say one thing, and this is being broadcast. Of course, it's very high things, but the thing I wanted to say is a little different. I want to say that our real time for starting this class should be 12 o'clock on the hour. So, but of course, I've been late my whole life, but today I tried to reach that goal of 8 o'clock. So that's what we want to have. We want to have, this will be 8 o'clock Pacific Daylight Savings Time. So, we're on the Pacific Coast, so that will be the time here, Pacific Daylight Time. All right, so now I'll sing Hari Haraya. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Janavaya Nama.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Janavaya Nama.
Janavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama.
Janavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan.
Giridhari Gopinatha Maranamo.
Giridhari Gopinatha Maranamo.
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Aditya Chandra.
Sri Chaitanya Gosai Jade Bhaje Kolava
Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Kolila Prakash
Shri Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Kolila Prakash
Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan
Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjai Aman
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjai Aman
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyan
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyan
Harinam Sankirtana Kohai Naratamudam
Harinam Sankirtane Kore Narotananda
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyan
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyan
Harinam Sankirtana Kohai Naratamudam
Harinam Sankirtane Kore Narotananda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jai Guru Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Nitya Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitya Gaur Hari Bol
Jai Guru Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Nitya Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitya Gaur Hari Bol
Jai Sapadikara Shishi Guru Garanga Gandharvika Giridhari Jyoti Jai
Jai
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramansa Parabhajaka Charyashtatara Mad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramansa Parabhajaka Charyashtatara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishoredas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Rupanuga Guru Bharga Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Premsi Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai Sri Chaitanya Bhagwat Ki Jai Nartam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Sri Navadeep Dham Ki Jai, Sri Dham Mayapur Ki Jai, Saparshada Sri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Saparshada Sri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai, Sri Koladvip Ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai, Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai, Ganga Devi Ki Jai, Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan, Sham Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jul Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Sripad Bhakti Chandan Parvat Maharaj Ki Jai, all the assembled devotees Ki Jai, Srila Govinda Maharaj Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.
Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj ki
Jai.